Money management has always been a big topic for traders, not just for its impact on a trader's sustained success, but his or her survivability in the game. So many skilled and otherwise qualified traders have fallen victim to a disregard for money management rules, which very often derailed their trading career, scarred them with psychological damage, and in the worst case, put an early end to their efforts. It is such a recurring theme that I see in newer traders, which I believe stems from a specific psychological viewpoint about trading the markets that, if addressed properly, could potentially avert this almost catastrophic outcome for newer traders. I will address this philosophical viewpoint in more detail later in this lesson. I cannot place enough emphasis on the importance of having sound money management rules built into your trading approach. It sounds easy enough. Most people, especially newer traders, seldom think that they would have problems with adhering to money management rules. They are wrong. As you get good with your trading craft, the temptation to deviate from specific money management rules in pursuit of greater profit will be an ever-present temptation. Those who go for this forbidden fruit may well gain immense satisfaction from it in the short term. But for those who disrespect money management rules often enough, the reckoning shall always follow in time. Such attempts will always come back to haunt you. There are no exceptions. It might be difficult to learn a major lesson until you made that mistake yourself and learn to deal with its consequences. So, what I say here may be of relevance to you after the fact, but I want to preempt your likely abuse of your own money in the hope that this warning might prevent you from serious financial pain, or at the very least, limit any financial damage you might put yourself into. Bottom line, respect your money management rules. They are there to protect you and to allow you to stay in the game long enough so that you have the chance to become good in the craft of trading, to be competing in Wall Street for the long term. This lesson is not going to be a full, in-depth teaching of complicated money management rules that might be too difficult for you to follow. What we will share here is some basic, sound money management rules that are simple to follow, that will set you up nicely as you begin your trading journey. Let us begin by discussing money management from a philosophical viewpoint. I want you to think of the business plan of a casino. Nobody will contend that the casino is operating a large-scale legitimate business. At the end of each month, they'll bring in a consistent and predictable level of revenue, which is in direct relation to the number of patrons participating in their gambling games. An interesting fact is that the games that are available to play between the casino establishment versus the individual speculators seem to be essentially the same. Whether it's a game of poker, blackjack, roulette, at any given time, we have speculators risking their money playing a game against the casino. The more participants, the more trades, the more consistent the equity curve in favor of the casino. You would not consider the casino participating in a gambling activity. The casino is operating a legitimate business which is skewed in its favor. On the other hand, from the perspective of an individual speculator, it is often difficult for him to pull off a consistent profit. Similar game, different end result. Why is this so? The first philosophical point I want to make is a difference in perspective. We want to examine the attitude towards the expected outcome for each game, or in the context of trading, for each trade. The individual speculator inherently believes that he has somehow some degree of control over the outcome of each game. We have all seen gamblers making records and notes of what happened in previous gambling games to try to predict the outcome of the next game. We have all witnessed the avid gambler trying all sorts of ways to justify the outcome of the next bet. If we also examine the characteristic of the individual speculator, he is often excited, flushed with adrenaline, and always anticipating the outcome of the next bet. We have also seen the speculator who becomes so convinced on the outcome of a particular bet that he would bet all his capital into one trade. Unfortunately, with many new traders or participants of the market, they approach trading the markets in that same way. They often approach a trade with strong justifications, a conviction based on a combination of fundamentals, technicals, or even a sense of unguided optimism that the trade outcome for some obvious reason will play out the way they anticipated. This really comes down to my philosophical point that traders typically believe that they, through their analysis, can have some sort of definitive control, influence over the outcome of each trade. If you think about this objectively, they are not too dissimilar to the gambler participating in the casino. The casino always has a small statistical edge over the gambler. Now, likewise, the only way the trader has a statistical advantage over the market is if all prerequisites are met. Only then does the trader have the opportunity to be consistently successful at a game, in the same way that the casino has the ability to be consistently a net winner over the gambler. Now, I want you to examine the casino and how they approach playing the game. First, we acknowledge the fact that their games are designed to favor the casino. When the sample size of trades gets large enough, then statistically, the casino cannot help but win. The casino, however, must employ a type of money management even though the game is skewed in their favor. But first, let's look at the psychology. If you look at the dealer who is dealing the cards, you don't see them show one bit of emotion. Whether they are in a winning run or losing run, the casino does not care about the outcome of any given trade, nor do they try to anticipate. They couldn't care less. They show no emotion. Their view is that as long as their customers bet long enough and bet big enough, the casino will win. The casino follows strict money management rules and spread out their risk by being the counterparty to a large number of speculators and by limiting table stakes on each individual trade. The individual speculator typically does not follow rules. So, when it comes to trading the markets, ask yourself, are you trading the markets like a gambler or operating a trading business like a casino operator? Let's address this philosophical point again from your point of view. Do you believe that you can control the outcome of the next trade? Because if you do, you'll do all sorts of analysis to help you believe you're making a higher probability trade than is possible. Always looking for means to improve your win rate, and you'll find it difficult to stick to money management rules because that next trade is always the big one. Instead of this flawed approach, realize this. Your trading strategies gives you a statistical edge over the markets, but like the casino operator, that edge can only be played out once you allow for a large sample size of trades. Relinquish this control idea that you never really had for each individual trade outcome. Once you realize this, you are managing your trading like a business, accepting losses as they occur, always looking to control your risks and allowing your profits to play out with the statistical edge that you have over a large sample size of trades. You do not get overexcited over trading or over any particular trading day or any particular trade. In fact, trading should be boring, and that is good. Very, very good. We are trading to make money, not to make excitement. This first point that I have just shared with you could have potentially huge ramifications to how you approach trading moving forward. The next time you put on a trade, I want you to examine yourself, your thoughts and motivations. The second philosophical point I want to make is your survivability as a trader. When you're newer to trading, your survivability as a trader is way more important than the profit that you make. I can teach anyone to make a lot of money from Wall Street, but in the end, can they keep it? You see, your immediate goal is not to make money, but rather to learn the game. Learn about the trading strategies that you are trying to implement. Learn about the markets through real experience. Learn about yourself in terms of how you deal with losing, with winning, and how you maintain your discipline over the long term. And in order to give yourself the time and thus the opportunity to go through the learning curve that is necessary to your evolution as a trader, you need to apply strong money management rules that will protect your capital, that allows you to stay in the game long enough for you to get good at this. This advice over here is gold, and I wish someone had told me this at the beginning of my career. Too many traders enter the arena of Wall Street looking for that big winning trade, that knockout punch, without knowing even how to protect themselves. The professionals who have spent decades in the ring of Wall Street will wait on the newbies to make their mistake and knock them straight out. In the next video, we'll look at some easy to follow money management rules that will help you stay in the game of Wall Street.